I don't want to stay at home. I tried that and went nuts. I genuinely love my job and my lifestyle. Babe, that's great. And that's perfectly okay and normal because we live in first of all, we have free will, and not even God takes away our free will, okay? That's why we fight back at those who do try to take away those freedoms from us, okay? And then if you're in America, you are in a very free country, right? The great thing about the feminism movement, which is the only really great thing about it, is that it gave women more rights to decide on the lifestyle that they wanted to choose, okay? So that way they didn't have to strictly be doing the homemaking and bearing the children. They had the choice to decide to step out into the workplace and contribute to society in other ways than just staying at home and raising kids and making their own money and having the freedom in their finances, right? That's the positive side of feminism. We all have a masculine and a feminine side, okay? It's just about the energy that we are leading with when we are in the female biological body or the male biological body, okay? And naturally, women today, I'd say women in their 50s and younger are going to naturally have a more developed masculine side, okay? Just due to the circumstances of how they are growing up and the indoctrination of schooling and being taught to pursue a career, and especially growing up in America, the capitalism that we have access to here. So just because there are more people coming forward to speak up and say that, okay, we've taken it to the extreme. Now we have women who literally don't even know that they're women anymore, who don't want to be women, who are losing total autonomy over their bodies, who have no idea about their hormonal systems and their female cycles, and are confused by their what's happening in their bodies, and also are struggling with their fertility and getting pregnant, right? So just because people are coming forward to speak about that and basically give you the whole gist of what has happened because of the feminism movement, then people automatically they automatically throw back at you the argument of, oh, well, if you are saying that her femininity will flourish more if she's in the home, which is true, right? Our natural inclinations. Then they say, well, oh, well, I like working and I like my job and I like having the lifestyle that I do and I try to be at home, but it just makes me crazy. And I think that is a very, very valid statement to make, because from that perspective, yes, you will go crazy if you're sitting at home doing nothing and you're in total feminine energy, right? You need that balance of feminine and masculine energy, okay? And I believe in I think it's like the 1700s, they had I think some psychologists had discovered that women who couldn't do anything for themselves, basically they were very, very wealthy women and they had outsourced everything and people were literally taking care of their kids for them. Actually think about what is that, what is the lady with the head thing, um Kirsten Dunst played her, the let them eat cake lady. Marie Antoinette, that's her name. I loved that movie. It just the beauty. It was just the most beautiful, most aesthetically pleasing movie to me. Just the regalness of it, the class that was just so calm in them. And obviously, it was a royal family, right? But anyway, Marie Antoinette. If you think about her situation, how she literally had other people raising her children. She had all this money and blew it all and whatever. But that was what psychologists were considering to be hysteria, I believe it was. They would classify these women as hysterical. Why? Because they were too much in their feminine energy, right? They didn't have a balance of their masculine energy, so they went crazy, right? They literally went hysterical. And so that's when they noted that women who didn't have any responsibilities, and didn't have any sort of developed masculine side, literally had to be completely dependent on everybody else. They went crazy and they sat in too much of their feminine energy, and it wasn't healthy for them, right? So yes, you will go crazy if you don't have any purpose to serve here, if you're not fulfilling some kind of work and duty for your life, on a in a daily routine. And everybody's calling could be different, right? Now, if you have children, you're not going to be just staying home all day and going nuts, driving yourself crazy, right? You're going to be really busy with taking care of children, tending to their needs, right? Cleaning the house, right? Being the homemaker, making sure that it's kept up and maintained. It's a lot of work to maintain a home, especially if you throw kids and a husband into the mix, or just having multiple people in the household. Like, it's a big job. So that is a huge job and duty and responsibility in itself. You're not just laying on the couch all day, doing nothing with your time, being completely unproductive. You have something wrong with you if you're doing that, right? You're seriously fighting a spirit of unproductivity, and that is not healthy. So literally, even if you are like this wealthy woman who has, like, maybe you had an inheritance left to you, or your husband, you married into a very wealthy family, your husband's very wealthy, and you literally don't have to work. Like, you literally just make income while you're sleeping, right? Which is amazing, and praise God for that. But you still, like, these women still have to do something with their time. They still have to fulfill a role and a work and a duty, right? And serve a purpose in this world. Use their voice in some kind of way. Show up giving something back to the world, right? Because otherwise that money would mean nothing, because like they would just be depressed, right? If they're not taking their life force energy and using it for the greater good of humanity, and if it was going to waste, then they would become extremely hysterical women. So it doesn't have to be this one way or no way. Just because people are finally speaking up for the women who do genuinely just want to be homemakers and raise their own kids and have authority over their kids without sending them to daycare, or without letting the internet or the government raise them and sending them off to school, okay? That's why these people are coming forth and speaking for those women, which is something that feminism has not been successful in doing, right? It shames women who want to be in the home, who genuinely want to be provided for by their husbands and simply be nurturing and take care of their families, okay? So it doesn't have to be, get out of this box mentality. It doesn't have to be one way or no way, okay?